Have you ever wondered why you feel weaker even though you're eating all the right foods? Picture this. You wake up in the morning and make what seems like the perfect, healthy breakfast. You crack a few fresh eggs from the market, toss in some spinach, and cook up a beautiful omelet. You sit down feeling proud of your choice, thinking, I'm doing everything right for my body. But what if I told you that this seemingly healthy combination might actually be working against you? What if those very vegetables you've been adding to your eggs, the ones you believed were helping you stay strong, are quietly blocking your body from using the protein it desperately needs to maintain muscle and energy? After more than 30 years of helping patients over 60 stay strong and independent, I've discovered something most people don't realize. There are 3 common vegetables that, when combined with eggs, can reduce your body's ability to absorb muscle-building nutrients by as much as 87%. And the surprising part is these are vegetables most people consider super healthy. In the next few minutes, I'm going to explain exactly which vegetables these are, why this happens, and how you can still enjoy your favorite breakfasts without losing any of the nutrition your body depends on. And before we start, if you haven't subscribed yet, take a moment to do that now and click like so you don't miss any of my upcoming health videos. Now, let's begin. When I first started practicing medicine more than 30 years ago, I began to notice a frustrating pattern among my patients over 60. Many of them were eating what looked like perfectly healthy diets, plenty of vegetables, lean proteins like eggs and whole grains, yet they still told me the same thing again and again. Dr. Lee, I'm eating better than I ever have, so why do I feel weaker? That question became a turning point in my career because the answer isn't as simple as just eat more protein. What's happening inside the body after 60 is a slow and quiet change that most people never notice. Think of your digestive system like a well-tuned engine that's been running for decades. Over time, even the best engines start to wear down a little. The parts don't move as smoothly, and the system doesn't perform quite as efficiently as it used to. Inside your stomach, there's an enzyme called pepsin. Its job is to break down protein into smaller building blocks your body can actually use. But after 60, your stomach produces about 40% less of this crucial enzyme. That means when you eat an egg, a piece of chicken, or a serving of fish, your body can't fully break that protein apart the way it did when you were younger. At the same time, your pancreas, which helps release digestive enzymes into the intestines, also starts to slow down. It produces roughly 40 to 45% fewer enzymes than it did in your younger years. These enzymes are like the mechanics of your digestive process. Without them, food doesn't get properly broken down, and the nutrients inside can't be fully absorbed. As a result, even when you eat the same amount of protein you always have, your body can only use about 45% of it. Imagine paying for a full tank of gas, but only being able to drive on half of it. That's exactly what's happening inside your body. You're putting in the fuel, but your body can't convert all of it into strength. There's another change happening as well, something I call muscle resistance. When you were 30, your muscles only needed around 20 grain of protein in a meal to trigger repair and growth. After 60, those same muscles need at least 25 to 30 grain at each meal to get the same result. It's as if your muscles have become a little stubborn, a bit pickier about what they accept and how they use it. This explains why many older adults lose muscle mass even though they eat enough protein. The problem isn't the food itself, it's how the body processes it. Without enough enzymes and with muscles that are slower to respond, the system simply doesn't run at full capacity anymore. You might think, well, I'll just eat more protein. And that's a good instinct. But here's where it becomes more complicated. It's not just how much protein you eat that matters. It's also how you combine your foods and how well your body can access those nutrients. Because when digestion slows down, even small mistakes, like pairing the wrong vegetables with eggs, can make it even harder for your body to absorb what it truly needs. So when people tell me they feel weaker after 60, even though their diet looks healthy, I remind them that it's not their fault. It's biology. Our bodies change with time, but once we understand how, we can work with those changes instead of against them. And that's exactly what I'll help you do, starting with the 3 vegetables that secretly block your ability to use protein from eggs, the foods you thought were helping you stay strong, but might actually be holding you back. Now that we understand why the body becomes less efficient at using protein after 60, let's talk about something most people never realize. It's not always what you eat, but what you eat together that can make or break your muscle strength. There are 3 vegetables, all considered healthy on their own, that can dramatically block your body's ability to absorb the nutrients from eggs. And if you enjoy omelets, frittatas, or breakfast scrambles, this might surprise you. Let's start with spinach. Spinach has long been called a superfood, and for good reason. It's packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. But spinach also contains something called oxalates, tiny natural compounds that act like magnets for minerals. Just half a cup of cooked spinach contains more than 750 milligallons of oxalates. When those oxalates meet the minerals in your eggs like calcium, iron, and zinc, they bind together so tightly that your body can't use them. Imagine this. You make a spinach omelet for breakfast, thinking you're doing your muscles a favor. But inside your digestive system, those oxalates grab up to 87% of the nutrients that your muscles desperately need. They form what scientists call insoluble complexes. Think of it like cement hardening. Once those minerals get trapped, they can't be absorbed. They simply pass right through your body. So even though you're eating protein-rich eggs, your body isn't getting the full benefit. Now, spinach isn't the only one. The second vegetable I need to warn you about is Swiss chard. Many people see it as a gentler, more colorful version of spinach. It looks beautiful on the plate and it's full of vitamins A and K. But here's the catch. Swiss chard is also loaded with oxalates, nearly as much as spinach itself. And because people tend to eat larger portions of it, thinking it's lighter or less bitter, they often end up consuming even more oxalates without realizing it. Just like spinach, the oxalates in Swiss chard bind to the minerals in your eggs and make them unavailable to your muscles. So that gorgeous Swiss chard and egg scramble might look like the perfect healthy meal, but inside your body, it's creating a chemical reaction that cancels out a big part of the nutrition you thought you were getting. The third vegetable is one that catches most people by surprise: beet greens. These are the leafy tops of beets that many health-conscious people have started eating recently. They're often praised for their vitamin A and magnesium content, and they're easy to toss into salads or smoothies. But beet greens contain about 150 milliliters of oxalates per cup. That's not as much as spinach or Swiss chard, but it's still enough to cause trouble when combined with eggs. Here's what happens. The oxalates in beet greens bind to the minerals in your eggs in the same way, forming those insoluble compounds that your body can't absorb. The result is the same. The calcium, iron, and zinc that should be going to your muscles simply pass through unused. So even though you're eating a meal that seems wholesome and nutrient-rich, your body is being shortchanged. Now, I want to be very clear. I'm not saying you should never eat these vegetables again. Spinach, Swiss chard, and beet greens are all incredibly nutritious foods. They support your heart, your blood pressure, your brain, and even your eyes. The problem isn't the vegetables themselves. It's the timing and the way they're prepared. When eaten raw or lightly cooked with eggs, those oxalates are still intact, and they do exactly what they're designed to do in nature: hold on to minerals. Think of it this way. You can have the healthiest ingredients in the world, but if your body can't absorb them, they're not doing you much good. It's like trying to fill a bucket full of holes. You keep pouring in, but it never fills up. That's what happens when you combine high oxalate vegetables with eggs. Your body loses a large portion of the nutrients before it ever has a chance to use them. And for people over 60, this can be especially harmful. Remember, your body is already working harder to digest protein and extract minerals. Every gram counts. So if your breakfast is making it even harder to absorb those nutrients, you're unknowingly setting yourself up for muscle weakness, fatigue, and slower recovery. But the good news is this problem has a simple fix. You don't have to give up your favorite vegetables. You just need to know how to prepare them properly. Because with a few small changes in how you cook and combine your meals, you can turn that same breakfast from one that blocks your nutrition into one that fuels your muscles and keeps you strong. In just a moment, I'll show you exactly how to do that. The cooking methods that lower oxalates, the vegetables that actually enhance egg nutrition, and the simple adjustments that can make a world of difference for your body after 60. Now that we've talked about the vegetables that can quietly block your body from getting the full benefits of eggs, let's shift to the good news. There are plenty of vegetables that not only go perfectly with eggs, but actually help your body absorb more of their nutrients. These are the ones I recommend most often to my patients over 60 because they're easy to find, gentle on digestion, and powerful in how they work with your body. One of my favorites is bell peppers. They're colorful, crisp, and loaded with vitamin C. What many people don't realize is that vitamin C helps your body absorb iron much more efficiently, especially the iron found in eggs. In fact, studies show that eating bell peppers with eggs can boost your iron absorption by 2 to 4 times. That's a huge difference, particularly for older adults who often struggle with low energy or mild anemia. Even better, bell peppers are almost completely free of oxalates, just about 2 millilard per cup compared to more than 700 in spinach. That means they don't interfere with the minerals in your food. So the next time you make an omelet, think about adding some red, yellow, or green bell peppers. They don't just make your meal look beautiful, they make it work harder for your health. Another excellent vegetable to pair with eggs is broccoli. Broccoli has always been known as a nutritional powerhouse, but for people over 60, it offers even more. It's rich in folate and vitamin K, 2 nutrients that work hand in hand with the B vitamins in eggs to support energy, metabolism, and muscle repair. Folate helps your cells use protein efficiently, while vitamin K supports bone and joint health, which are both crucial as we age. Broccoli is also very low in oxalates, only about 2 millimolars per cup, so it won't interfere with nutrient absorption. When you add lightly steamed or sautéed broccoli to your eggs, you're creating a meal that truly supports muscle strength, balance, and stamina. Then there are cauliflower, zucchini, and mushrooms. I like to call these the perfect companions for eggs. They're all mild in flavor, easy to digest, and naturally low in oxalates. Cauliflower provides fiber that helps keep your digestion smooth. Zucchini adds hydration and gentle antioxidants. And mushrooms are one of nature's best-kept secrets for muscle health. Mushrooms actually contain special compounds that can help your body use protein more effectively. They work almost like little assistants, helping your body unlock and utilize the amino acids from your eggs. A simple scramble with eggs, mushrooms, and a touch of garlic not only tastes delicious, but also gives your muscles the tools they need to stay strong. And then there's the humble tomato. Tomatoes deserve a special mention because they bring something unique to the table: lycopene. Lycopene is a powerful antioxidant that protects your cells from damage and supports heart and prostate health. But here's the fascinating part. Lycopene becomes more absorbable when it's combined with the healthy fats found in egg yolks. So when you cook tomatoes with your eggs, the fat in the yolk helps your body unlock and absorb the lycopene more efficiently. It's a beautiful example of how the right food combinations create nutritional synergy, where one food helps another work even better. These are the kinds of simple adjustments that make a big difference as we get older. Instead of worrying about what you shouldn't eat, you can focus on what works for your body. Bell peppers, broccoli, cauliflower, zucchini, mushrooms, and tomatoes all combine beautifully with eggs to create meals that taste satisfying, look vibrant, and give your body the nutrients it can actually use. And the best part, they're all easy to find at any grocery store, affordable, and simple to prepare. So the next time you crack open a few eggs for breakfast or lunch, think of your plate as a partnership. When you combine the right vegetables with eggs, you're not just eating, you're fueling your muscles, protecting your energy, and supporting your long-term health. This is how nature and nutrition work together to help you stay strong, vibrant, and independent well into your 70s and beyond. Now that you know which vegetables to avoid with eggs and which ones actually help your body absorb nutrients better, let's talk about something just as important: how you prepare them. Because even the healthiest foods can lose their benefits if they're cooked the wrong way. The good news is, with just a few small changes, you can turn every egg-based meal into a powerhouse for muscle repair and strength. Let's start with the vegetables. Remember those high oxalate ones like spinach, Swiss chard, and beet greens? The problem isn't that they're unhealthy. It's that when they're raw or barely cooked, the oxalates inside them stay intact. But with the right preparation, you can drastically reduce those compounds and still enjoy their flavor and nutrition. Boiling them is the simplest and most effective way. Just 3 minutes in boiling water can cut the oxalate content by as much as 87%. The oxalates literally leach out into the cooking water, which you then pour away. It's like removing the troublemaker from the kitchen before the rest of the meal even starts. If you prefer to keep more of the vitamins and color, steaming works beautifully too. Steaming can reduce oxalates by 30 to 60% while preserving most of the good nutrients like vitamin A, C, and K. It's a gentler method that works especially well for people who like their vegetables slightly firm instead of soft. Even a quick sauté for 2 to 3 minutes can cut oxalates by half. The key is heat. Heat breaks down those natural compounds that interfere with nutrient absorption, leaving behind the good stuff your body can use. Once your vegetables are cooked, the next question becomes, how should you prepare your eggs? Believe it or not, the way you cook your eggs can make a big difference in how well your body digests and uses the protein. Hard-boiled eggs top the list for the highest protein digestibility, about 91%. When eggs are cooked in their shell, the protein structure becomes firm but remains easy to break down, making it ideal for older adults whose digestive systems may not be as efficient as they used to be. Poached eggs are another excellent choice. They're soft, easy to chew, and gentle on the stomach, offering nearly the same protein absorption as hard-boiled eggs. Plus, they don't require added oil or butter, which makes them a heart-healthy option too. Scrambled eggs, on the other hand, while still nutritious, tend to lose some of that digestibility, about 37% less compared to boiled eggs. This happens because high heat can cause the proteins to bind too tightly, making them a bit harder for the body to break down. So, if your goal is to maximize muscle recovery and energy, hard-boiled or poached eggs give you the best return on your effort. There's one cooking strategy I teach all my patients that works wonders. I call it stage cooking. It's simple but incredibly effective. First, you lightly steam or sauté any high oxalate vegetables you plan to use. That step reduces the compounds that block nutrient absorption. Then, once the vegetables are softened and safer to eat, you add your eggs, either boiled, poached, or scrambled gently on low heat. By separating the steps, you ensure that the oxalates are mostly removed before the eggs ever come into contact with them. This way, the two foods can complement each other instead of competing. For example, if you love spinach in your breakfast, here's what to do. Steam a cup of spinach for 3 minutes, then drain it completely. Once it's prepared, mix it into your eggs or serve it as a side dish. You'll still get the vitamins and fiber from the spinach, but without losing the minerals and protein from the eggs. That's how you turn a risky combination into a balanced, muscle-friendly meal. The same principle works with other vegetables too. If you're cooking broccoli or bell peppers, you don't need to worry about oxalates, so you can cook them together with your eggs right from the start. But for anything high in oxalates, think of it as a two-step process. Cook the vegetables first, then add the eggs. Another tip I often share with my patients is to avoid overcooking eggs. The longer and hotter you cook them, the tougher the proteins become and the harder they are to digest. Medium heat, short cooking time, and gentle handling make all the difference. Whether you're poaching, boiling, or lightly scrambling, the goal is to preserve both the texture and the nutrition. It's amazing how much these small changes can impact your health over time. By cooking smarter, you're not just making your meals taste better. You're helping your body get every bit of strength and energy out of the food you eat. And for anyone over 60, that matters because your body deserves every advantage it can get. So the next time you prepare breakfast, take an extra minute to steam those greens or choose a softer cooking method for your eggs. That little bit of care in your kitchen can mean more energy in your day, stronger muscles, and a healthier, more active life. Now that you know how to prepare your eggs and vegetables to get the most out of them, let's put it all together into something you can actually do every day. Because eating for muscle health after 60 isn't about counting calories or following a complicated diet plan. It's about making small, intentional choices that support your body's natural strength from morning to night. Let's start with breakfast because that's where most people unintentionally fall short. After 60, your body needs about 25 to 30 g of protein in each meal to keep your muscles strong. But the average American breakfast barely provides half of that. A great way to start your day is with 3 whole eggs, which give you about 18 g of high-quality protein. Add in a handful of chopped bell peppers and mushrooms for extra nutrients. And if you like, a little shredded cheese for both flavor and an extra protein boost. If you're someone who enjoys spinach, you don't have to give it up. Just steam it first for about 3 minutes, then add it on the side or fold it into your eggs after it's been drained. That way you still get all the benefits of spinach without the oxalates getting in the way. What you've just created is not only a colorful, delicious breakfast, but also a perfectly balanced one. A combination that supports your muscles, energy, and metabolism all at once. For lunch, think of a large, satisfying salad as your foundation. Start with a bed of low oxalate greens like lettuce or romaine. Add 2 hard-boiled eggs for easy digestible protein. Then include a serving of grilled chicken or salmon. Top it with cucumbers, tomatoes, and bell peppers, all vegetables that are low in oxalates and rich in antioxidants. If you like a little crunch, add a sprinkle of nuts or seeds, which also contain healthy fats that help you absorb vitamins from the vegetables. That combination not only gets you to your 25 to 30 grams of protein target, it also gives your body fiber, hydration, and a range of vitamins and minerals that work together to keep your energy steady throughout the afternoon. A meal like this is light but powerful. It fuels your body without slowing you down, and it supports steady blood sugar levels, which is crucial for maintaining strength and focus later in the day. Dinner is when you want to think about balance and recovery. After a long day, your muscles are ready to rebuild, and that's exactly what a good dinner should support. A simple piece of fish, chicken, or lean meat works beautifully. Pair it with steamed broccoli and cauliflower, both of which are low in oxalates and high in vitamins that promote recovery. If you want something a little heartier, add a small serving of brown rice or quinoa for steady energy through the evening. The beauty of these meals is that they're not fancy or expensive. They're built around simple foods that are easy to find, easy to prepare, and work naturally with your body. What matters most is consistency. Getting 25 to 30 g of protein at each meal ensures that your muscles have a steady supply of amino acids throughout the day. Think of it as giving your body the raw materials it needs to stay strong. Hydration is another key piece that's often overlooked. As we age, our sense of thirst becomes less accurate, which means many people walk around mildly dehydrated without realizing it. Water is essential for protein synthesis and for transporting nutrients into your cells. Aim for about 8 glasses a day, but remember that foods like cucumbers, zucchini, and soups count toward that total too. Even mild dehydration can make you feel tired and affect how well your muscles perform. Alongside proper eating and hydration, movement plays an equally important role. You don't need to lift heavy weights or spend hours at the gym. Simple resistance exercises like light dumbbell curls, leg lifts, or using resistance bands can be incredibly effective. These activities tell your body, I still need these muscles, which encourages your body to keep building and maintaining them. The key is consistency. Just 10 to 15 minutes a day can make a big difference over time. And then there's sleep. This is something I emphasize with every patient I see. During deep sleep, your body repairs and rebuilds muscle tissue, restores hormone balance, and resets your energy systems. Without enough quality sleep, your body can't fully recover, even if you're eating perfectly. Try to keep a regular sleep schedule and create a quiet, dark environment that helps your body relax. When you sleep well, your body rewards you with better strength, better focus, and a calmer mood. So when you look at the big picture, living stronger after 60 isn't about doing anything extreme. It's about creating a rhythm. Eat the right balance of protein and vegetables. Drink enough water. Move a little every day. And give your body time to rest and repair. Each of these small habits reinforces the others. When my patients start following this approach, they often notice changes within just a few weeks. They tell me their energy feels steadier throughout the day. Climbing stairs feels easier. Their balance improves. Even their sleep feels deeper. Those are all signs that your muscles are responding, that your body is finally getting the nourishment and care it's been waiting for. It's a simple formula. Eat smart, hydrate well, move your body, and rest deeply. When you do those things consistently, you're not just maintaining your strength, you're reclaiming it. You're building a foundation for independence, vitality, and confidence that will carry you through the years ahead. And it all begins with that first thoughtful meal of the day. So, as we wrap up, I want to remind you of something important. The 3 vegetables we talked about today, spinach, Swiss chard, and beet greens, are not your enemies. They're incredibly nutritious and offer tremendous benefits when handled the right way. The key is all in the preparation. By cooking them properly and pairing them smartly with your protein, you can still enjoy their flavor and their nutrients without losing what your body truly needs. Remember these simple principles. Aim for 25 to 30 g of high-quality protein at each meal to give your muscles the steady fuel they need. Combine your foods wisely so that they enhance each other instead of working against one another. And when it comes to vegetables high in oxalates, treat them with a little extra care. Boil or steam them before mixing them with eggs, and you'll remove most of the compounds that block mineral absorption. This isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Even small improvements like choosing the right vegetables or changing how you cook your eggs can make a real difference in how you feel. Every properly combined meal, every well-prepared egg dish, every thoughtful food choice is an investment in your future self. The meals you make today build the strength, energy, and independence you'll enjoy tomorrow. So start today and your muscles will thank you. The next time you sit down to a simple breakfast, you'll know exactly how to make it work in your favor. You'll be fueling your body, not just feeding it. And over time, you'll feel that difference in your energy, your balance, and the way you move through each day. If you found this helpful, like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more science-based health insights. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next.